Three Gifts of Christmas. 1 John 2, 1-2, and 3, 7-8. My dear children, I write this to you so that you will not sin. But if anybody does sin, we have one who speaks to the Father in our defense, Jesus Christ, the righteous one. He is the atoning sacrifice for our sins, and not only for ours, but also for the sins of the world. Dear children, do not let anyone lead you astray. He who does what is right is righteous, just as he is righteous. He who does what is sinful is of the devil, because the devil has been sinning from the beginning. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the devil's work. Ponder this remarkable situation. What we've covered over the last few days, summing it really up today in three presents, three gifts. So if the Son of God came to help you stop sinning, to destroy the works of the devil, and if he has also come to die so that when you do sin, there is a removal of God's wrath from that sin, then what does this imply for living your life? Well, there's three things, and I want to present them as gifts to you today on Christmas Day. So the first implication is that you have a clear purpose for living. Negatively put, quoting the scriptures that we've looked at in this reading, is don't sin. Don't do what dishonors God. Chapter 2 verse 1 of 1 John says, I am writing these things to you so that you may not sin. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the works of the devil. 1 John 3:8. So often, if you're anything like me, once you hear the words don't do, it doesn't always sink in. So let me put it another way, a more positive way, the way of love. 1 John 3:23 says this, and it's a great summary of the whole book of John. 1 John. Notice the singular word commandment in this. And this is his commandment, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and love one another, just as he has commanded us. So these two things are so closely connected for John that he calls them one commandment. Believe in Jesus and love others. That is your purpose. That is the sum of the Christian life. Trusting Jesus and loving people the way Jesus and his apostles taught us to love. Trust Jesus, love people. There's the first gift, a purpose to live. The second gift is a hope that our failures will be forgiven. And so it's twofold. The implication is twofold, that Christ came to destroy our sinning and to forgive our sins in this is this. We make progress in overcoming our sin when we have hope that our failures will be forgiven. If you don't have hope that God will forgive your failures, when you start fighting sin, you give up. Many of us will be pondering some changes in the new year because you've fallen into sinful patterns and want out. Or you want some new patterns of eating, new patterns of entertainment, new patterns of giving, new patterns of relating to your spouse, your family devotions, new patterns of sleep and exercise, new patterns of courage and witness. But you are struggling and wondering whether it's any use. Well, here's your second Christmas present. Christ not only came to destroy the works of the devil, our sinning, he also came to be an advocate for us because of experiences of failure in our fight. So I plead with you, let the fact that failure will not have the last word give you hope to fight. But beware, if you turn grace, the grace of God, into a license and say, well, if I can fail and it doesn't matter, then why bother fighting? If you say that and mean it and go on acting on it, you're probably not born again and you should be trembling. But the good news is, get on your knees and seek God. Believe in Him and you will be born again. But that is not where most of you are. Most of us want to fight sinful patterns in our life. And what God is saying to you and to us is this: let Christ's covering of your failure give you hope to fight. I write this to you that you might not sin. But if you sin, you have an advocate in Jesus Christ. That's effectively what He's saying. What a wonderful second gift. And the third gift is Christ will help us. So the third implication of the double truth that Christ came to destroy our sinning and to forgive our sins is this: Christ will really help us in our fight. He really will help you. He is on your side. He didn't come to destroy sin because sin is fun. He came to destroy sin because it is fatal. It is a deceptive work of the devil, and it will destroy us if we don't fight it. He came to help us, not hurt us. So here's your third Christmas present. Christ will help overcome sin in you. 1 John 4:4 says, "He who is in you is greater than he who is in the world." Jesus is alive. Jesus is almighty. Jesus lives in you by faith. And Jesus is for us and not against us. He will help you in your fight with sin in the new year. Trust in Him. And so have a wonderful Christmas. I hope something that has been said over the last 25 days has encouraged you and challenged you and inspired you to see the work of Christ and the power of the work of Christ coming into the world, coming to die, and coming to destroy the work of the devil and the sin within us. And so trust in Him. May God bless you.